Hi there, it's Kevin with RogueDeckBuilder.com with match number 5 in the Modern League with our Soul Sisters. Off to a great start. I think this is a very, very good hand. The Flagstones can actually kill each other and kind of thin out our deck. We have the first turn Serra's Ascendant. We have a Ranger. I think this is very acceptable. Our opponent mulls to 5. Man, we're getting lucky with the mulligans today. And thinking pretty hard about keeping his 5 here. He does keep the 5 and puts a card somewhere. So, I mean, this is a very average hand with Soul Sisters, a very average start. Usually don't want to lead off with Serra's Ascendant. They're more, you got to consider these as kind of your later game plays. A Mana Confluence into a Serran Vision, so I'm thinking this is Ad Nauseam. I know that's one of the decks that uses the Mana Confluence. And so we are on a time clock, but the good news is he did have to mull very aggressively. And I think I will just Flagstones here and go and tutor up a basic Plains. I mean, the good news about Flagstones, I might be convinced to put a Mistveil Plains in here because of the Flagstone interactions, because it can go actually tutor up that. But, I don't know. Flagstones are not necessary for this deck. They're just kind of fluff. But we're off to actually a pretty weak start. Oh, I probably should have Windbrisk Heights there instead of Flagstones. So there's a Ranger versus Thicket. Now I have no clue what we're playing, so I'm just going to attack in with the Serra's Ascendant. Yeah, that is Windbrisk Heights was absolutely the play because it would have enabled the Spectral Processions. But that means we can just do another Spectral Processions next turn and then have the Ranger. So it's a Bant deck. It is Ad Nauseam. So do I just want to Martyr here? Can I get above Ad Nauseam with Martyr? Again, I can't quite remember how much. 369. I can go up to 31. I can't remember how much damage a Ad Nauseam deck can dish. I can't remember if it's 36. Depending on how many lands he has left. Because the Path to Exile is pointless here. I think I just go another Spectral Procession. When they slam out a Phyrexian Unlife, he still has 1 mana away from it, though. We're just going to throw another Spectral Processions underneath. And this puts him on a very quick clock. But that means next turn, we're only going to get in here for 6 life with the Martyr. And let's see if we lose here. So no, yeah, I should see a Crim close into play tapped. I highly doubt Ad Nauseam can go off. Glittering Wish, okay. Which he gets a Fire Spout. Can't cast it this turn though, unless he has 2 Seeming Spirit Guides in his hand. And he does, so okay, sure. At this point, I think we just Ranger. This is an interesting list. I have not a clue what we're facing now. If it is still Ad Nauseam, he can't go off with the Seeming Spirit Guides though. So I'm just gonna get another Serra's Ascendant and another Serra's Ascendant because I think I can get above life total now with the Martyr. Because now this seems it's more like Jeskai Ascendancy, but I'm not sure why the Phyrexian on life. But no, do they use... I'm clueless. But I know that with just 2 cards left in hand and having to use that Glittering Wish to Fire Spout, not at all in good. So I'm just going to go Serra. I think just Serra Ascendant, Serra Ascendant. We're going to attack first. And we have lethal on board next turn. So this will... gain us a ton of life. And attack in. Which he's got Angel's Grace, which puts him down to a 1. And we'll still cast the Spectral Procession and get another Windbrisk Heights, and this will be on a Pure Spine underneath here. And see if he can... Still needs another land for Ad Nauseam, but Ad Nauseam is still... to the point where... and he can't even use his Mana Confluence. Yeah, this is Ad Nauseam, but this is a very interesting list with the Glittering Wish. So I want to say that like Auriok Champions are fine because we need to gain as much life as possible. Well, one of the ways you just win this deck, you beat this deck, is you just go out of their ability to do enough damage. So we're going to take the Path to Exiles out and I think just bring in... either Mark of Asylum works, and I know he's going to bring in more hate cards, so Mark of Asylum can actually make it so all of our champions and all of our Soul Sisters become basically our champions. So I do want everything else. I think that we can just safely take out, like, I don't want to take out a Ghost Quarter, though. And I don't want to take out Honor of the Pure, so it has to be like a slower card that we could take out, and I think it might just be Secure the Wastes. Although the instant speed is kind of cool, I just think that Secure is just going to be too slow. So 1 match away from going 5-0 with Soul Sisters. I tend to think of this matchup as a pretty bad matchup. Now, is he running basic lands because these Ghost Quarters can be really good? We'll start off with a Windbrisk Heights into an Ajani's Pridemate, or into a Auriok Champion. But he's going to scry. He snap kept his hand, so he's loving his hand. Now there's another deck where Pay No Heed would just be insane against. So Windbrisk Heights. And I'd love to, I don't know, anything that we put underneath, we're probably not going to get out this game. So it's going to be a Ranger. That's an easy play. And pass the turn. And there's a Lotus Bloom. So I guess I could have brought in Stony Silences. Yeah, Stony Silences actually hit Pentad Prism. He's going to get a Fire Spout, which is actually quite bad. How many basics do they run? We'll do Auriok. The good news about these Ghost Quarters is it also gets a land out of his deck, and they only do have a finite amount of lands that can be run. And he missed a land drop anyway. So we're just going to Ajani's Pridemate here. And see if he actually runs any basics. He does. But, I mean, it's a harder basic for him to deal with. And it actually slows down his ability to generate mana, which he doesn't find another one. So we'll kill his Gemstone Mine here, too. And then we have 2 Pridemates. Or, you know, Ghost Quarter I think is actually decent versus his Plains. Because that's his Angel's Grace mana. Which, if he has to use his Gemstone Mine, they don't run a lot of basics. I know that. Now, you could have made the argument that I could have put an Honor the Pure out this turn. Does have another Plains, alright. So here comes the Lotus Bloom, which he does draw into a Razor's Thicket, so we might just be dead here. So Angel's Grace Ad Nauseam. And I'm pretty sure he might just be able to go off. He draws an entire deck. We get to see exactly what's in his deck for this one. See how many lands he can actually run here. There should be enough. We do have a land where we can redirect the damage back to him. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And wait a second. He doesn't have the mana for Laboratory Maniac. And do I not see a Manamorphose either? Did he just massively screw up? Pentad Prism cast with 1 color Sunburst. Okay. And then he can exile the Seeming Spirit Guides and then cast Laboratory Maniac. Wait a second. So he just dies next turn. I guess this is why you just don't scoop to seeing an Ad Nauseam. Did you just forget to put in the... So we can kill his Gemstone Mine next turn, and then he can't generate... Yes, he can still generate mana through his Pentad Prison. But I just do enough damage through Phyrexian Unlife next turn anyway. So far, no Pentad Prisms are going to the bin. So he keeps the Prisms. No, he discards both the Prisms. And I don't know if that made any difference. Very confused. Because, yeah, if you would have kept the... Someone comment on that. What is he actually doing? We saw the Laboratory Maniac. Wouldn't he have just won? Is there a way for him to draw more cards? he needed like a Spoils of the Vault, right? If he would have cast the... Yeah, very, very confused what just happened there. He's expecting me to concede to it. But yeah, 5-0. 5-0 Soul Sisters. That is not bad. That is a very good showing. We got the matches we wanted to see. One Merfolk match, which was decently tough, that we squeaked by at the 2-1 finish, and those other 3 were very easy. I mean, those are exactly why you build Soul Sisters, for Big Zoo and Little Zoo. And Martyr Proc also was pretty tough too, but it would just come down to time management, and we were way far ahead in that one. And pathing off the Martyr, or pathing off the Serra's Ascendants is pretty much good game against those decks too. If we can get all 4 paths on all 4 Serra's Ascendants, a lot of times you can stall until that happens. That's a pretty easy matchup. Well, anyway, hope you enjoyed this. Maybe I'll do another Soul Sisters. I've been consistently in 4-1 and 5-0s. I still think it's one of the better decks. A lot of people have asked for Scred updates. I'll do some Scred updates as well. And I have some pretty cool... I need some cards for Scred, is the issue. I'm going to run Goblin Dark Dwellers very religiously. I think it's a 4-of in Scred Red. I think it's the best card for Scred in a long time. And then cut the Pyroncron Lars, because Pyroncron Lar, I think, is going to suffer against what we're going to run a ton of, which is Anger of the Gods. When you saw against all the matches we saw, Merfolk, Big Zoo, Little Zoo, Anger of Gods just shuts those deck down. And I think Scred is well positioned against those. Anyway, this has been Kevin with RogueDeckBuilder.com. Thanks for watching.